Good evening. Is always for me is a happy occasion to come and to meet you all. So once in a year, my sister Prabhajika Brahmaprana, she invites me. I'm always thankful to her for giving this wonderful opportunity. I'm thankful to the committee also that here you're maintaining a beautiful ashram. You are really regularly you are organizing the Ramakrishna Vedanta Society of Northern Texas. As a beautiful ashrama you are maintaining, and there's a shrine, meditation room, regular discourses, and also the visiting of different the monks and nuns. This is the way usually the spirituality grow. And we will be discussing about the yoga. Yoga, that is at present, yoga is the Kali Yuga. It's a very, very difficult yoga, and we have to survive within that. Friends, you know that in Hinduism, there's a main thing, the theory of reincarnation, the Janmantar theory of reincarnation. And along with that, hand in hand, it goes with the Karmabad, the theory of work there. But we are not discussing that. This is the incarnation of God. The why the God, it comes and takes the human form. And then there are conceptions. And every time, immediately after the creation, there's so many different ways the God came and incarnated himself and helped this universe. So there are different opinions. In the Mahabharata, there are 24, and then others, there's 14. So we are not going to that. We are going only specifically the four yugas, the four great incarnation that came, three great incarnation came. So let us begin, please repeat after me, and let us begin with this. We will first invoke Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's presence over here, and then we will start our discussion. So please repeat after me. Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma sarupine avatar varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te Namaha. Swami Vivekananda, he composed this pranam mantra. We call it pranam mantra. So when we are offering our salutation to the God or the holy person, so what we do, we think about his quality, and then we appreciate that quality, and then we bow down. We are bowing down, we are accepting him. Why? Because he has the qualities. So what are the quality of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna? Swami Vivekananda said, Sthapakaya cha dharmasya. He came to re-establish, I am using the word re, because already the religions were there. Even then he came to re-establish all the religions. Sarva dharma sarupine. He is the embodiment of all religions again. And then thirdly, avatara varishtaya. He is the highest among all the incarnations of God. Avatara varishta. These are the three. The two, twice he is using the word dharma. So what is the first dharma? Different paths. At the time of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, there are already Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, Jainism, Sikhism, everything was already there. And naturally, he is utilizing those and then reestablishing those things. How? We are not going to discuss that. But just we know, and we have read that biography. And secondly, Sarva Dharma Swarupa. What is the meaning of that? All the responsibilities and different times it comes to us. So when we are young, one type of responsibility, and then at different stages of our life, responsibility comes. He maintained those things also. So that is also the dharma. As a student, what is the dharma? As a son, as a daughter, what is the dharma? As a husband, wife, what is the dharma? Then as a teacher, what is the dharma? Like that, all the stages, responsibility is that, embodiment of that. So we bow down to him and then we begin discussing about this. And it all began when Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda composed it. Before that, he examined him. You know how many different ways he examined him. And that was a really very difficult. When Sri Ramakrishna was almost tormenting, he was so sick. And Swami, that time, the Narendranath, the young boy, perhaps he was attending on him. You know, they made a routine that young boys will come and they will be 24 hours, someone will be there near him to attend. So that may be the time when Naren was sitting. He was sitting in a little distance and was looking to his master who was lying down on the bed. And this boy at that time thinking, all people they say that he is God, he is the incarnation. Now, in this deathbed and in that terrible pain, you know, he was having the cancer in the throat. In this terrible pain, if he can say that he is God, then only I will accept. He was thinking, he didn't utter. Look at it. The moment the thought crossed his mind, immediately Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Naren, he who was Rama, he who was Krishna, now in this age, in the form of Sri Ramakrishna. The Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, and Sri Ramakrishna, the same spirit, same power. So from there only we will begin. And now the religion, that what is that means? A good understanding of creation and the creator. You know, all these religions that we follow, we see and all that, is nothing but these two things. Who is the creator and what is the creation? What is the relation between the creator and the creation? If we understand that, that is sufficient, complete. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also, he said in one place, you need not to do much. Only if you can know who am I and who are you and what is our relation, that will be sufficient. Ami ke তোমরা কারা তোমাদের সঙ্গে আমার সম্পর্ক কি? In Bengali he said, who am I, who are you, and what is our relation, সম্পর্ক? That is sufficient in the spirituality, religion. Hundreds and thousands of years, so many varieties of religion. What is that? Only to know who has created me, why he has created me, how he has created me, and ultimately what I am going to do. That much. And that we are going to find out through the avatars. And here, in the Vedanta view of creation. The creation, of course, if there is no creation, then why all this? The Vedanta, particularly, Vedanta means Upanishad. Veda Anta. Veda means knowledge. And there are four, traditionally, Rig Veda, Sama Veda. And if you go and read the Rig Veda, so many other things are there. But here and there, they will talk about the ultimate spirituality. So from there, the Upanishad has come. So Upanishad are the Vedanta. And what the Upanishad says, this is a decisive the subject. They won't say explain anything. The Upanishad means Siddhanta Bhakya. That give the decision. Whether you like it or not, accept it or not, it doesn't matter. Ishavashamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. This whole universe is. I don't believe. That is up to you. Upanishad never cares for that. It has no time to go and convince you, oh, no, no, brother, you should, nothing like that. There comes the philosophers. It is their job to explain why he is telling like that. And what the avatar does, Upanishad, the rishis, after realizing the truth, they tell the truth, and they don't bother whether you follow it or not, accept it or not. No care for that. They say, this we have seen, this I tell, whether you like it or not. And then the next generation, another group of people came like the Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya. They come and explain it. No, 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 this is truth and like that. But what the Avatar does, they don't also explain like our philosophers. And most of the avatars, if you find, they are not educated at all. We don't know about Buddha. Maybe he was a prince, so it must be some education was there. But look at the Jesus, no education at all. Ramachandra, of course, he was having some education. Krishna was Sri Ramakrishna, no education at all. But they lived the life. That's all. And then they teach this is the way you can realize. They live the life means God is there. The problem is we cannot touch God. We cannot see God. No smell, nothing. All these five organs with which usually we understand you cannot utilize these five organs. So sometimes some people will say the science and religion, I can't understand. The science goes with these five organs only. They intensify these five organs with the machine. They're sitting over here, they're looking at the moon and they can see everything of the moon. They cannot see through these eyes and they have developed the machine and through that. But Pancha Gyanendriya only. Through the Pancha Indriya that you are. But what about the self? What will happen to that? Yesterday we were discussing, when we sleep, in the deep sleep, we don't see the dream also. That means body is not there, mind is not there. Then where I remain? That is the question. My body and mind, and naturally I know. And when I'm in deep sleep, even I am not dreaming, mind is not active, where I remain. That proves there is consciousness. It is there. It comes back. And then only you get up and you stand up and say, I don't believe in God. That is okay. But where you were? So this is the thing, if we are finding, then here the avatars, they come and they show us how to realize that truth. What will happen? If we are not realizing that truth, what will happen? Nothing. You will take birth and you will die, you will take birth and you will die, to continue. Not that every time you will be human, and sometimes you will be reptiles, sometimes you will be birds. And today you are feeding the birds, next life somebody else will feed you because you are the bird. So it will go on. So if you like that, no problem, continue. But if you think enough, this 9 months I am in that womb, and then afterwards I am on the lap of someone, whether care me or not. So like this again growing up, and then so much of pressure, and then again I am dying again to start that. If you like, welcome. So Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, it goes on and on. If you don't like, then you have to come to the avatars. Why the avatara? Live and prove. This our philosophers, they don't live that life. They'll be doing that. In calculation, they will say like that. Like our great economists, they get the Nobel Prize and they will say, if you do like this, if you do like that, everybody will be millionaire. But nobody becomes millionaire. They got the prize. And they're very happy, Nobel laureate. And why? Because they gave the theory. What theory? Everybody will be millionaire. But where is that? But that is not my business. So that somebody else will do. All the philosophers are just like that. They will come, they will argue, no, this is the thing, that is the thing. But that is okay, but where is God? But that I don't know. That is up to you. You go and search. Philosophers won't give you this. It's only argument. You go to the rishis, they told, see, I am Brahman, you are also Brahman. Go search. Then who is going to help me? Avatar. These avatars, they come. Why? Their compassion. That is the reason they come. They take the life and then they grow along with us. And just like us. But then suddenly we see, oh my God, he was with me. And now I cannot think of him, how he is. Then I also believe I can also become like him. It is possible. So this is the way the avatar works. But what about the creation? Vedanta also says about the creation. In almost all the Upanishad, they talk about the creation. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Katha Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad in different way. I will quote from the Mundaka Upanishad. In the Mundaka, second Mundaka, and first chapter, first mantra, it says, Tadetat Satyam. Tad, that. Etat, this. Satyam, truth. That, these are truth. What is the truth means? Here, the truth means eternal. Tad etat satyam. Now, that is eternal. Now, I was showing Rishikesh when we were flying. At one point of time, there was nothing was there. No clouds even. From the window, I told, see, we are not moving or floating, just standing there. But actually 500 miles of the speed. But as because nothing was there to compare, you feel like just you were sitting and nothing is happening. And no air pockets, no jumping or anything. So you think, oh, we are not moving. But if you open the door and try to go out, bus, you will be back to Chicago again. So why? We need something to compare that we are moving, we are changing. And every time we see that we are changing, our bodies, if you see the photos, some people, they take every year, they'll be taking the photo and place that. And after growing up, if that boy comes and says, oh, I was like this, oh my God, then he won't be able to recognize his own babyhood days. Then slowly, so big. Now I was like this. Now it's so grown up. Now, our devotees in Calcutta, when they wanted to give me the code, and they know the measurement law, and then I told, I'm sorry, and in America, so much good food, what to do? I don't know. So you have to increase the number of your code size. I mean, not the size of the code. So that is the way I'm growing. Of course, one should not grow in that way. But the growing means, and the physically and also in thought. That means change. What is the growth? Change. How can I understand the growth? There must be something. And what is that something? I was a baby, I am a boy, I am a young man, I. So they say Satyam means it is eternal. Something is there which never changes. So we can understand these changes. Tad etat Satyam. Then they say, immediately after that, they're giving an example. Yatha sudiptat pabukat vispilanga sahasrasa prabhavante swarupa. As from the fire, fully ablazed, fly up the sparks in thousands that are akin to the fire. All the sparks, they have the property of the fire, and they are going out. Tatha, like that. Aksharat, that which never changes. Aksharat, bibidha, soumya bhava, prajayante tatra, chaivapayanti. Soumya, oh dear one, because the rishi, he was addressing a devotee or maybe his disciple, so Soumya. The oh dear one, you know what happened? From that one, which is eternal, it came out all that you see, millions and millions of species, so many varieties, and that has come from the one. So similarly, from the imperishable originate different kinds of creature. That Bibidha Prajayante. The Vedanta, the Srishti, the creation, it says, why actually it happened? Is it that we cannot answer? That we cannot answer. Just we can imagine he just wanted, he or that just wanted. They say, Ekaham Bahushyama Vihi. We do not know. We are thinking that it happened. I am alone. I like to be many. That's all. The one young man came and told, Swamiji, I like to marry. That's good. But what is your age? Little age. What? 47, until too late. But anyway, don't make more, go and search out. So, like that, now it is too late for him. 47, before. He was busy. And anyway, no problem. There are so many, and now it is no problem. You can just send out in your, I like to marry. So many other letters will come to you, do that. And now the decision, I like to marry after 47. Why not before? He never thought like that. Now after 47, he's thinking, I'm too alone. Every day getting up, every day preparing coffee, every day driving to office. And somebody else should do for me. That's okay. Okay, let me marry. So like that, when they're thinking, so ekaham bahushyama vihi. I cannot ask that boy, that young man, why you are thinking in this way, is the thought. Similarly, see, we do not know that thought crossed in the mind of the Supreme who was all over. Eka aham, I am alone. Bahushyama vihi, I like to be many. And for that, the moment you thought, immediately everything start creation. So Vedanta says that way. I will request you to remember this because we always mix up the Advaita Vedanta and Dvaita Vedanta. Now, Advaita Vedanta, they say God thought in that, God not. That is, the consciousness thought in that way, and this thing happened. Then suppose the same thing is happening directly, the problem is there. Because the moment you are directly doing it, so you are coming under all those effects of changes. That cannot. So what happened? It created another image of him. So from the Supreme Brahman, another Brahman came out as if. From the Supreme Brahman, another Brahman. And we call it Swaguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahma, without quality. And then Swaguna Brahma, with quality. A doctor is sleeping. He is doctor. But at this moment, we do not know the knowledge of medicine is there active or not. He's sleeping. The moment he gets up, and immediately all this knowledge comes up. Swaguna, all his qualities start functioning. The Swaguna Brahma created. And from that came, there's all terminologies. That is, at least a huge egg he created that is called Hiranna Garbha. Hiranna means golden. So gold is very costly, so like that, golden egg. And then the Virata and all this creation came. Is it like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? No. At moment, everything came. That is the way it always happened. And if you notice that our Semitic religion, the first came the Jewish. They told God created all this universe and he created up to Friday. Saturday he took rest. So Sabbath day, Saturday we won't also move, we won't also do anything. Okay. Then came the brothers Christians. They thought those Saturday they have taken, we'll go Sunday. So they told no, God worked up to Saturday. Sunday he took rest. Okay. And they became popular all over. So all over Sunday is. Then came the Muslim. They said, shall we go further, backward? No, front. So they told, na Friday. God worked up to Thursday. Friday is our free. So Friday. So Friday, Saturday, and Thursday, Sunday. Hindus told, no, God can never stop. If the moment is stopped, everything will be stopped. So God never stopped. So he is working all the time. So 24 hours is our working. The 24 hours, every day, every moment. So Hindu will never say. Buddhist, of course, they don't believe in God, no problem. So, and the Jains are there, and they are also saying, no, every day, every moment, God is awake. So these are the conceptions. Who made it? God never said, hey, I tried, I got tired, and Saturday, so Sunday I'm taking rest. We thought in that way. So some of us, they thought in that way they made. But what the God does, what is this creation? The moment he is thinking, everything is done. So this is the way we have to understand. Now we will go to Dvaita school. What is the Dvaita school? They believe in Vishnu. Same idea, in a different way they will present. The Dvaita school is the Vishnu. What is Vishnu? All-pervading God. They say all-pervading consciousness, Advaita. Advaita says all-pervading God. So the word they use is Vishnu. Vistareti Vishnu, all-pervasiveness. And the Vishnu, he thought, I'm alone lying here, so let me create. How he created? In the Bhagavata, you will find the description of the creation. Details descriptions are there. Now the Lord Vishnu, he was lying down on a snake. And that snake was floating on an ocean. So look at it. All symbolic. And why unnecessarily he will go and lie down on a snake? The snake is not a good way. But anyway, this is a symbol of yoga. So we are imagining that he must be in the yoga. And when you are in yoga, you are connected with the Supreme Self, and you can create. And what type of creation it will be? Divine creation. So suppose you are meditating. Suddenly a thought comes in your mind. Oh yes, this is this. And you note it down and you apply that. You'll find that it is really, really acting because it's a divine comes. You're connected with something very higher. The Vishnu is on that. So snake is the symbol of yoga. Like our Shiva, the snake is hanging as a yoga. And why on the ocean? Because the water has no form. The formless has taken a form. And that form is Vishnu. And that Vishnu, he is thinking that I should create. And how he created? Then he created another person that's called Brahma. That Brahma, he gave him the knowledge and also the power of action. The knowledge, all the Vedas. So the Brahma is not Brahman. Brahma is having 4 heads, another symbolic. It's not truly 4 heads. Brahma is having 4 heads means 4 Vedas. The Hinduism, to understand Hinduism, you have to understand this symbolism. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand. I don't know why all the time they had to give the symbol, but just for the easiness, the 4 Vedas, so the 4 heads. he gave, and then the power, Sattva, Raja, Tama, Gunas, the three qualities, and combination and permutation and all these he started. So he gave the knowledge and also the power and asked him to create. What he will create? You create, you meditate, and whatever you think, that you start creation. Now the question is this the first time Vishnu is, our Brahma is doing that? No. Because it is eternal. Creation is eternal. And the Vishnu gave him the knowledge and he meditated and the same knowledge came up again. All those rishis, they used to go into the forest and they used to sit and meditate, and that knowledge is that they used to realize they get. Here also, today also, we can get the same thing. Why? Because that is eternal. The same way, it is already there. Only thing you have to connect. Then Brahma, he got one after another. Now in the beginning, and I'll just read. It's a beautiful book, the Bhagavata. And that in the Bhagavata, the first verse, it says, Yanmadi yasya yato annanat itarata artheshu abhigya swarat. I'm just reading the Sanskrit, then I will explain. The Janmadi Yasya Yato. From that, all this creation came. Tene Brahma Hidai Adikavayo Muiganti Yat Surayaha. And he gave in the Adikavaya, Adikavi. Kavi means those who can see the far and the past, present, and future. They are the Kavis, Rishis. So that knowledge was given to Brahma. In his mind, he gave Tejo Bari Mridam Yata Binimayo Yatrati Sargo Amrisha Dhamna Seno Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. This is the first verse of the Bhagavata. And those who are Bhagavat Pandits, they always read this one. Now, how is God? Now they're asking, how is God? Satyam Param. He is the truth supreme. Param means supreme. And Satyam means truth. Eternal truth. That means he is the only existence. What is God? Only existence, eternal existence. He is only there. I'm not talking about Brahman. I'm not talking about the self. I'm talking about God. Now here, because the Dvaita, so the terminology changed. Now I can see God. God has a form. It has a name and form. That is Jagat. This world is nothing but the name and form. So what is that God? Satyam Param. I can get an idea. Oh, eternal. Like the sun maybe. Sun is eternal. Sri Ramchandra saw the same sun. Sri Krishna saw the same sun. I'm also seeing the same sun. Is the sun eternal? Almost like that. But not in reality. Almost like that. Sun is also, and one time it won't be there. So Satyam Param, it is the eternal. And then it says Abhigya. Abhigya means his embodiment of knowledge. Where from knowledge comes? That is called the embodiment of knowledge. Mother Kali is the embodiment of knowledge. She's not cutting the head of anyone. I tell it every time. Why? Because the Lord of his understanding about the goddess Kali. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna worshipped goddess Kali to invoke knowledge. The knowledge is power. Knowledge is strength. And that is why he worshipped the Kali, so that that knowledge comes. That Swarat, Abhigya, and then Swarat, omniscient. This is original knowledge. Now, long back in Assam, I went to a college and I was asking the students, Where from you get the knowledge? From our professors. Where from the professor get their knowledge? So maybe from the library books. Where from the writers, those who have written the books, they got the knowledge from their teachers. So I told, actually they got it from the nature. Where from the knowledge comes? From the nature. Is everything is already there in the nature. And from there you have to understand it. Those who can do it, they become great. Apple was falling all through from the tree to the ground. Only one person who was sitting over there, he said, why the apple is not going up? He started. And then he became very famous and scientist. That rule is already there. Only if we can understand, then we become scientists. So it is original knowledge. Where from the original knowledge is coming. That is called God. So who is God? First is eternal. Second is the embodiment of knowledge. Third, original knowledge. Not that knowledge came from somebody else. When I am speaking, I got this knowledge from the books and from my teachers. But the original knowledge, Sri Ramakrishna, the original knowledge. And when he is telling, I am promising, promising the name of my mother, I am telling you, God is there. You can talk to God, you can see God, original knowledge. The original knowledge, you need not to go to someone else to get it. It is already there. Then it says, Svena Dhamna Nirasta Kuhakam Sada, who is eternally free from the clutches of Maya. This power, the Maya Shakti, what is Maya? Cannot explain, but we can always understand that. You know that story of the Narada? Narada was boasting to God. He said, your power of Maya could not bind me. I am always free. That's why I am always with you. Oh, acha, that's good. Then he told Narada, for a long time we are walking. Can you please go to that house and bring a glass of water? Narada said, just wait. Sit under this tree. I am going and fetching the water. So he went. The moment that door opened, the Maya started. Narada saw a most beautiful lady open the door. Narada forgot about the God waiting for the water, the glass, everything. He told, who is your father? I like to go and talk to him. Are you married or no? Do you like to marry? No problem if the father agrees. Bas. And Narada married that girl, and the father told, see, she's my only daughter, and then you have to stay. Narada was very happy because he was not having any job. So this is good. So he got the property, in-laws property, and Narada spent 12 long years very happy and having 2 children, and very happy. Then one day, suddenly, a flood came. Narada came out holding the hand of the wife, putting a child on his shoulder, another child. Then slowly, wife, then because a great wave came, wife went. Then the 2 sons, another gun. The third one also fell. Then Narada somehow swam across and got a hard place, and he went over there. He lied down and crying, oh, merciless Lord, why you have done it to me? Then he heard somebody telling, where is water? Water has taken out everything from me. What? Where is water? He got up and said, nothing is there. He is lying down and throwing his. Then Are Narad, I asked you to go and bring some water, and you are lying and sleeping over here and seeing the dream. Dream? 12 long years. Oh, where is my wife? Well, that is Maya. But anyway, let us go. And that is Maya. It is not there, but still there. This Maya Shakti comes from whom? God. And then God must be influenced by him, that Maya Shakti? No. Why? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gives the beautiful answer. Bhagavan says, see, the poison is there in that snake, but it's not harming the snake. This Maya Shakti that he gave to Brahma, and also he gave the knowledge, and Brahma started the creation. Then when Brahma started, Brahma then he said, this long period Lord has given to me, this is my time frame. He divided into 4 parts. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. He gave the name. So this is a Satya and the Treta, then Dwapara and Kali Yuga. These 4 yugas, then I will create. He first sat and meditated and started thinking about wonderful creation. And suppose I am thinking what I will think, almost like me, something that, because I do not know others. So who will come up in my dream? Those thoughts, my experiences. Brahma also sat in meditation and started creating. He created 12 rishis and Augusta and all these famous rishis. And he told, look, see, I have created you. Now you go and then start the creation. Lord said. Those rishis said, sir, it is not possible for us. We like to meditate, and they all went out. Then he created 4 brahmacharis, young people. And Sanak, Sananda, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar, 4 brothers. They also bowed down and said, no, we cannot do. Then Narada thought, what is happening? Whatever I am creating, everybody is so perfect. They don't like to go for creation. And that became the Satya Yuga. All were highly spiritual. Because Narada's first creation, he utilized perhaps the 3 gunas are there, Sattva, Raja, and Tama. We can imagine the 3, the bottles that the God gave. So he used the first bottle and Satya Yuga. All were very good. So in the Satya Yuga, those who were there, they are also known as Hamsa. All they were Brahmins. What is the Brahmana? Connected with the Brahman. So they were Hamsa. Why Hamsa? Because the swan is floating on the water, but not getting wet at all. So similarly, they are in this world with the form, with the name, and they're roaming around, but not connected with this world at all. All the jealousy and all the bad things, nothing can touch them. So in the Satya Yuga, there is no avatar. Did you notice that? In the Satya Yuga, no avatar. Because everybody was perfect. Then why to go and say like that? It's not necessary. So Satya Yuga, no avatar. Then Narada thought, okay, let me try the Raja. So he used little Raja and Sattva and little bit of Tama. Now what comes? Satya Treta Yuga. Mostly good people. So many rishis were there. But those who were good people at the same time, very egoistic, they were also there, like the Ravana. The Ravana is the example of that. Like the Ravana, there are so many. Rama had to fight with them. And tomorrow we'll be discussing about why God has to come as a Ravana. So in the Treta Yuga, that mixture of Ahamkara, it came. Ravana used to meditate on Lord Shiva days together. So he got the blessings of Lord Shiva. That means Sattva was there. But at the same time, he was very egoistic. And he had that desire for the other things to enjoy also. So obviously that type of creation. After that creation, Brahma became afraid. Oh my God, maybe I made a mistake. What will happen? He ran to the creator. He told, sir, you gave me this. Perhaps I made the mistake. He told, no, it is okay. I wanted to come down over there to guide them. So it is all right. I will go there and I will fix it. No problem. So that story we will discuss tomorrow. And then came Dwapara Yuga. This time that the first bottle almost empty. A second bottle and third. Third one, he poured more from the third, the Tama, And then, of course, Raja, a little bit of Sattva is sprinkled over that. So the most of the people were egoistic. So Lord had to come with full power. And finally, Kali Yuga, only Tama was left. Raja and Tama. Sattva, he perhaps used the bottle, but there's not a single drop. Only Raja and Tama. And that is called Kali Yuga. So the greatest power of God manifested in Kali Yuga as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. So friends, we will be going through the stories and why the God comes, Avatar. Who is this Avatar? What is the meaning of Avatar? We'll be discussing tomorrow. And if you like to ask any question, we can for our coming 15 minutes. You can ask some questions.
Okay, now. Swamiji, thank you. Thank you so much for the very nice lecture. If I understood it correctly, you explained the evolution, the creation, and then there's an involution part also. Is that different? The involution part, is that different for the Advaita Vedanta versus Dvaita Vedanta? Can you just illuminate that a little bit?
Of course. But for this, I will invite you to come and join the September. There's a great retreat on Vedanta. And you just reminded, your question reminded me. There, a group of devotees, they're organizing the North America Vedanta Conference 2025. This will be the first time. Then all our monks, Vedantic monks, they will go. Mataji is also going. Then they have invited all of us. And there, the Advaita Vedanta, Vishishtadvaita Vedanta, Dvaita Vedanta, and I have added the Samannaya Vedanta of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. So these four will be discussed. You will find there. See, in the involution also the same way. They will go to God. Where the Dvaita Vedanta means God and I. I go to God and then I merge with God. What is that? Same thing. Well, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, whom you call as Brahman, I call as Mother. That means the Brahman, which is all-pervasive consciousness, I see that in the Mother. And when I realize Mother, I see the consciousness everywhere. And in the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you have noticed that he was worshipping Mother. He was praying to Mother. And in that intense moment, when he said, Mother, right this moment, you must manifest yourself. Otherwise, I am going to cut my head and offer it to you at your feet. Then that moment, who came? Not that Divine Mother, not that image, but the knowledge in the light, in the form of light. So waves after waves, the light came and engulfed the whole thing. That is the experience. So from the Dvaitic point, the path he followed, but realized the Advaita is everywhere. Lord Vishnu, God is everywhere. And after the realization, sometimes we have noticed that the Dvaita, they say, Yatra Yatra Netra Pare, Tatra Tatra Krishna's Pure. They are the devotees of the Lord Krishna, and he says, wherever I look, I see only the Krishna, my God, only one. And what is knowledge? Knowledge of one, not two. So I see only Sri Rama. I see only Krishna. I see only Sri Rama Krishna, only one. But now the question is with the form, name and form. And if you go and find nothing there. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam bhaja. A group of people, they always say, see, Krishna said that. And obviously, Krishna is the only God. That is the problem, because we interpret in a wrong way. But same Krishna, in the same Bhagavad Gita, he also said, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tataiva bhajamaham. Then how you are interpreting that? Wherever, in whatever way people are worshipping, that is my worship. they're worshipping me. And when the Krishna says that Sarvata Pani Padam Tat, Sarvata Akshi Shiro Mukham, Sarvata Srutiman Loke, Sarvam Abritta Tishtati. What is that Krishna? Is this the Krishna with the flute, Krishna with the Radha, Krishna with the chakra? What is that Krishna? Anything that you see, all heads, all eyes, all ear, all being, everything that you see, it is only me. Me means that Supreme Lord. Same way that Jesus also said, come and lay all your burden on me. Come to me. Only the group of people say, only Jesus. That is his interpretation, their interpretation. But Lord never said like that. So we have to understand, when you go to God, we have that. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, after the realization of God, if you request God, I like to see your all-pervasiveness, that also he will show you. That experience is also possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for such a wonderful lecture. I had a question with your last thing. So, but in this, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says that the followers of the gods, celestial gods, will go to them, and my followers will come to me.
Say again.
So, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Arjun, the followers of the celestial gods, will go to their abode, and my followers will come to me.
Because that is your desire. See, if I want to go to a particular loka, this is my desire, the God will say, okay. Like our that Mathur Babu. Mathur Babu served the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And then afterwards, the Mathur Babu, he requested the God that after my death, I like to take birth and become a big king somewhere. Then the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said he had a desire to become a king. Mathur Babu's wife prayed, then after my death, I don't like to become, again take birth. I like to be with the Mother Durga, and in her abode. The Sri Ramakrishna says, after her death, she has gone and she is now serving Goddess Durga. Your desire. You wanted that, so God gave. But if you say, no, I like to be with you, I like to be you, you will get that. So it is all our desire. That is the reason. And another, yes.
Swamiji, can you please speak to the significance of the serpent in spirituality? Not just in Hinduism, but I've also come across the mention of serpent in Christianity. So what is the significance? And why serpent amongst all the creatures? Yeah.
The Christian serpent is the symbol of the devil. Our serpent, the snake, is the symbol of yoga. You know why yoga? In the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, if you have read, he said, when a man is meditating and his primal power arising, it comes from the end of the spinal cord, then that particular power, called primal power and Mula Shakti, it moves like a snake in a wriggling way all through our. So that is completely different than the Christian this thing. So they actually, snake is a very terrible thing. So the devil is bad. So how to, so that snake. So that is it. But ours is the snake is that comes up. And the Shiva is the master in meditation. So as if the yoga in the form of the snake is a garland. It is not true that really a snake is hanging. That is another wrong interpretation. It is as if like a garland, like that. So our is yoga, the symbol of yoga, and there it is a symbol of devil. That's all. Yeah.
Swami, thank you for the wonderful lecture. I've been listening to you on YouTube for years, so really pleased to be here in your presence. You mentioned the different yogas And within our Puranas, the number of the time scale is defined as being almost close to infinite, like in human years. In looking at that, is there a message for us mortals to say that we are such a minuscule part of this whole play that is going on with these different yugas? Just trying to put my head around the numbers that are mentioned for some of these, like the Treta and the Dwapar and Kali, and where we fall in that spectrum.
So, if I have understood it, can you please tell me that one more time? What is your exact question? Whether we are in all yugas?
No. I mean, what is the message that we take from those numbers being that huge? In like, how does it help me to say that Treta was these many years, or that Kali is going to be so many, thousands of years? What if any message can we take from that?
That's this the calculation, and you will find only in the Purana, and particularly in the Bhagavad Purana, then it says the calculation is in that way. And again, is a Hinduism. There's another group of people, the Shankaracharya's guru's guru, and he said there is no creation at all. Why unnecessary bothering? The creation is yours. You are imagining, so it is creating. So like that. So that is another level. So when we think about the creation, there's a long period of time goes, and Brahma's, the one day means almost our one yuga, almost. So one night means another. So Brahma goes on doing like this, 14 times he creates. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, 14 times. Then one creation, Swarga, is over. Then Brahma also merges and God goes to sleep. Think of it. Then one person, he was meditating on Brahma. And then Brahma, naturally, if you are praying to God, God appeared, Brahma came, and he said, what do you want? He told, give me the boon so that I can kill you. Well, why? Because the moment you will give me the boon, I will kill you, and there will be no creation. Only I will survive. Well, achha, very good calculation. Wait for a day. The Brahma said, wait for a day, tomorrow I am coming. And this fellow thought, achha, okay, so many years I am meditating, one day is no problem. This is Brahma's day. So he came after 14, then naturally he was not there. So that are all funny stories, they say. There's a long, long period of time. One thing, we think this is our only life. No. Every time we are coming, every time we are doing like this, you must have read in the Swami Vivekananda, he is telling, he's throwing the dices. When you throw the dice, maybe first dice that you threw, and maybe after 100, the same way it will fall, in the same place, in the same manner. The same, equally it happens. So we are again and again and again taking birth like this and coming like this. And Prabhupada ji is inviting me. I'm coming and giving the talk, and you people are sitting and asking questions. Maybe it is going on. So to go beyond this is called the going beyond the creation. Then how to do that? The enough is enough. I don't like to be in the part. That's called. Yeah.
Speaking example.
Okay.
So there are three things I see. They're interrelated. What I want to know from you, which is the supreme thing that one need to focus. One is the belief, the vishwas. Other is the love. And other is the bhakti. Between these three, which one drives the other one? Is there a relation there between these three?
Of course. Because the first is Now, this must be the last question, okay? Because it is already 8 o'clock. So, fast is the faith. If you don't have the faith, then you cannot make the progress at all. So, suppose you are a student, and obviously the parents will tell you, or the teacher will tell you, if you are studying this way, you will be successful. So, these are the topics you must study, and from there, questions will come, you will be successful in answering. And this. First is faith. You are believing the words of the teacher. And in every step, we are actually beginning our life or making our life on faith. The mother, whom I call mother, I never checked her DNA. Because I grew up on her lap to mother. Maybe she is not, we do not know, faith. So similarly, all relation that we are having is only on the faith. So you have to have faith in the words of the great masters, like the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, like others. And so these are called the fast step. And when you are having the faith, then you say, God, you must love. How can I love? Because God will help you. How God will help me? Because if you are praying to God, believing God, you will find everything is becoming positive for you. Wherever you go, things are taking in your favor. So you are proceeding in that, and you are observing that in our life. 50 years I am in the monastic life. I saw so many. How can I say that God is not there? And in every step, so many things happen. Suddenly, we never expected, things started happening in the different way. So that gives the belief, the faith. First believing, and then the love comes. So that is the way we have to proceed. First, have faith. And Swamiji said, Swami Vivekananda, blind faith. Sri Ramakrishna said, there is nothing. It is either faith or not. Thank you.